hope everyone is having a great day today. Welcome to my channel. Let's talk about it. So my team, the New York Knickerbockers, cannot catch a break to save their lives. So last month at the NBA draft lottery, the Knicks, they thought they were going to be number 1 or number 2, but they came up short, very short. So if you guys watched, they came up number 8. So it didn't shock me personally, because I know the Knicks, we don't really have good luck. I mean, the last time we were number 1 and won the NBA draft lottery was 1985, when we selected Patrick Ewing out of Georgetown with the number 1 overall pick. So Leon Rose, which is the new president, he thought he was going to have some luck wearing some bracelet, and again, he could have wore a lucky charm. It really doesn't matter. Had a leprechaun on his shoulder. It really doesn't matter. With my team, the Knicks, it's unfortunate. We just can't get it right. I don't know if we're cursed. I have no idea what the hell it is. But Minnesota Timberwolves got the number 1 pick. The Golden State Warriors picked number 2. And the Charlotte Hornets came up as number 3. So with the Knicks and their people in the front office, they have LaMelo Ball and Anthony Edwards. They are on top of their board. They wanted to select, but here's the issue now. They're going to be off the draft board. I know former Knick Greg Anthony, his son Cole Anthony that played for the Tar Heels, he had a subpar season. His season was okay, but ESPN has him going at number 15 to Orlando. But I know Greg Anthony, he spoke with, I think, the Daily News, and he did let them know that, hey, my son, is from New York. He lives in New York. He breathes New York, and he'll do great playing for the Knicks, because they are starved for a point guard. But if he goes somewhere else, he'll be happy too, because he loves basketball. Basketball is his life. So I understand Greg Anthony's trying to get his son there, but I don't know if that'll be a great fit. I mean, he's a decent player, but no. So the Knicks right now, ESPN has in number 8 going to New York is Auburn, the wing player. He's a small forward. His name is Isaac Okoro. He's 19 years old. He comes out of Atlanta, Georgia. Young guy, about 6'6", about 220 pounds. He had a decent year. He averaged about 13 points a game, 4 rebounds, and scouts are comparing him to Caron Butler. That's not a bad comparison. And if we remember Caron Butler's career in the NBA, he was a good player, not a great player, and he became a good role player. So let's just say if the Knicks do select this player out of Auburn, I think he can come off the bench, put up some points, some rebounds, bang down low. I don't even know what position Isaac will play. Again, he's 6'6", so he could play maybe shooting guard, maybe some small forward. I think he'll probably play some shooting guard, because if he's 220 now, once the NBA starts and he's drafted, he'll lose about, if he's 220, he'll drop down to 205 easily. He'll shed about 10-15 pounds and get ready for the league. So, but I know he has some athleticism. That is one of the traits that the scouts are saying. They gave him like a 9 out of 10, and they gave him a 7 out of 10 as NBA ready. I don't really look at that as too much, because a lot of these players are not quote unquote NBA ready. So I mean, who's going to really be a number 10, right? I mean, the only one we could say was Zion Williamson. So the thing I really want to talk about too, just the Knicks, losing out over and over and over again. It's been 35 years since we've selected the number 1 overall draft pick. But my issue is not just selecting number 1. The Knicks are known for the last 20 years of missing the ball, meaning even if they draft number 8 or number 10 or number 5 or whatever the case may be, they'll bypass a great player. I mean, hindsight is 2020, and they'll pick someone mediocre. Let me give you an example. So in 2017, the Knicks, they had the number 8 pick, but they passed on Donovan Mitchell. He went number 13 to the Utah Jazz, and the Knicks selected, was it Frank Ntilikina? He came out of France, and no one knew who he was. I didn't know who he was, and I think he just I mean, look how that turned out. I mean, he has a little bit of defense, but I mean, I consider him a bust. He's definitely a bust in the NBA. And I know a lot of Knicks fans right now, you know, they were turning their heads when, you know, the Knicks came up as the number 8 pick, you know, in this year's draft, which is next month. And it was a lot of emojis that came out, a lot of memes and a lot of jokes, and like, we can't get it right. They're already talking about the Knicks are already looking in the middle of the first round for a lottery pick. The Knicks are known for that. So if they pick in number 7, number 8, Knicks are always picking a player that was going to go late in the draft as your lottery pick. That does not make any damn sense. So with Leon Rose and William Wesley, let's see what they can do. I'm really watching. I'm watching what they're going to do on draft night. Not just in draft night, obviously trades. I want to see, I know they picked up Tom Thibodeau as the head coach. I like him. I'm not a crazy fan of him like most of you guys are, because I think when he was in Chicago, I think that's when he was hot. That's when I was like, this is the guy. He's really that guy. But then when he went to Minnesota, he did get them to the playoffs. But we know Thibodeau as somebody that's going to overwork their players with so many practices. And listen, I'm old school. I get it. But at the end of the day, these athletes, you know, with the whole back-to-backs, and you got to give him a little bit of break. And he rides them hard. I don't know if he's like a Bob Knight. He reminds me a little bit of Bobby Knight out of Indiana. You know, in NCAA in college basketball, for you guys don't know who he is. But I think he'll be good for the Knicks. Will they be a contender? I don't think so, because the problem is we need the talent, because the Knicks missed out. I'll tell you 3 players they missed out on. Obviously, they missed out the last year draft, getting the number 1 overall pick in Zion Williamson. I know they didn't have a choice in that. They just didn't get it. They missed out on the 2 marquee free agents in Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. And if they would have got those players, come on. Listen, and I know what some of you guys are going to say. You're going to say, well, Kevin Durant, you know, he's injured and that was a miss year, and who knows what he's going to do when he come back. Is he going to be 100%? Listen, this is Kevin Durant. I would have give up a year or maybe 2 years for Kevin Durant. I'm sorry. He's going to turn that whole organization around, meaning in Brooklyn. And what you're going to say about Kyrie Irving, he's a head case. He's a locker room. He wrecks locker rooms. He's not a team guy. And he's injury prone as well, too, because he's only played about, I think, 20 games in this season for the Nets. So you guys are probably saying that, hey, even if the Knicks had him. But again, we're saying that now because we don't have them. But if we would have had those 2 players, I wouldn't be hearing about Kyrie being a locker room disaster or Kevin Durant being maybe not 100%. So if the Knicks do select this Auburn wing, this guy Isaac Okoro, and that name, when I heard the name Okoro, I don't know if his family's from Africa, but I know he was born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. But again, he's 13 points, 4 rebounds. I mean, was it 2 assists a game? He's an okay player. It doesn't blow me off. It doesn't blow off the charts or anything. You know, I'm not kind of wooed by this guy, but I want to know what you guys think. If this is the guy, and if it's not the guy you guys want to see the Knicks pick, because you know you're not getting LaMelo Ball or Anthony Edwards. Tell me who you want to see the Knicks pick up at number 8. And again, guys, I mean, I'm with you. I'm a big Knicks fan since, Lord have mercy, since the early 90s. Big Patrick Ewing fan, John Starks and those guys, Chris Childs. But these are not the Knicks we remember. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I know a lot of people that are Knicks fans, they just gave up on them maybe 5-10 years ago. They're like, I'm done with them. But at the end of the day, it's in my blood. I can't give up on them. Like, I would never give up on the Yankees, you know, the New York Giants. It's who I am. It's my team. You live by them, you die by them. That's just the way it is. So tell me what you guys are thinking. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, like the video, share it, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace and love.